Why didn't Circe turn Odysseus into a pig? The Odyssey explained. Warning: this video contains spoilers for the Odyssey and may include details from Christopher Nolan's upcoming adaptation. One of the most famous moments in Greek mythology happens on the mysterious island of Aeaea. The powerful witch, Circe, welcomes Odysseus' crew into her palace. She serves them food and wine. Then, with a single spell, she transforms every one of them into pigs. It is one of the most shocking scenes in Homer's The Odyssey. But then, something unexpected happens. Odysseus walks into the very same palace. He drinks from the same cup. Circe casts the exact same spell. Yet, nothing happens. For the first time, her magic completely fails. The woman who could transform entire groups of warriors suddenly finds herself powerless against one man. So, why didn't Circe turn Odysseus into a pig? Was he simply stronger than everyone else? Was Circe losing her powers? Or was there a much deeper reason hidden inside one of Greek mythology's greatest stories? Let's explain. To understand what happened, we first need to look at Circe herself. Circe was no ordinary sorceress. She was the daughter of Helios, the titan god of the sun. Her knowledge of herbs, potions, and ancient magic made her one of the most feared figures in the Greek world. Travelers who arrived on her island often disappeared forever. Some became wild animals, others never left at all. For Circe, transforming strangers into animals was more than just an act of cruelty. It was a way of protecting herself. Living alone on the isolated island of Aeaea, she never knew whether visitors would arrive peacefully or with violent intentions. Many ancient sailors were raiders. Some would steal, others would attack. Circe trusted almost no one. That is why, when Odysseus' crew entered her palace, she welcomed them with food and wine before secretly mixing a magical potion into their drinks. As soon as they drank it, she touched them with her enchanted wand. Instantly, they were transformed into pigs. Their bodies changed completely. But according to Homer, their minds remained human. They could still think. They could still understand what had happened. They simply could not speak or escape. Only one man avoided entering the palace, Eurylochus. Realizing something terrible had happened, he ran back to warn Odysseus. Most leaders would have fled. Odysseus did the exact opposite. He immediately set out alone to rescue his men. That decision reveals one of the qualities that separates Odysseus from ordinary heroes. He never abandons his companions. Even when facing an enemy he knows nothing about. As Odysseus walks through the forest towards Circe's palace, someone unexpected appears. Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Hermes already knows exactly what Circe is planning. He also knows that no ordinary human can resist her magic. So, he gives Odysseus a very special gift, a magical plant known as moly. According to Greek mythology, moly is one of the rarest herbs in existence. Its black roots and white flowers possess divine properties that protect against powerful enchantments. Hermes explains exactly what Odysseus must do. Accept Circe's food. Drink her wine. Allow her to cast the spell. But keep moly with him. The magic will fail. Everything happens exactly as Hermes predicted. Odysseus enters the palace. Circe smiles and welcomes him. She prepares another enchanted drink. Odysseus drinks without hesitation. Confident that another victim has fallen into her trap, Circe raises her wand and speaks the spell. Nothing happens. Odysseus remains completely unchanged. For perhaps the first time in centuries, Circe's magic has been defeated. She is stunned. In that moment, Odysseus draws his sword and steps toward her. The scene often surprises modern readers. The greatest witch in Greek mythology suddenly realizes she cannot control the man standing before her. According to Homer, Circe immediately recognizes that only someone protected by the gods could resist her enchantments. She understands that Hermes has intervened. Odysseus is no longer an ordinary traveler. He has divine protection. Instead of continuing the confrontation, Circe changes completely. She offers peace instead of conflict. She restores every member of Odysseus' crew to human form. And from that moment onward, the two become allies rather than enemies. So, does that mean Odysseus survived only because of magic? Not entirely. Hermes provided the protection. But Odysseus still had to make the right choices. He listened carefully. He followed every instruction exactly. He walked into danger without panic. And when Circe's spell failed, he acted with confidence instead of fear. In many ways, the story is not just about magical protection. It is about wisdom. Throughout the Odyssey, Odysseus survives not because he is the strongest warrior. He survives because he knows when to fight, when to listen, and when to trust the gods. There is also a powerful symbolic meaning behind Circe's transformation spell. Why pigs? Ancient Greek writers often used animals to represent human behavior. Pigs symbolize people ruled by appetite, comfort, and impulse. By transforming greedy sailors into pigs, Homer suggests that they were already behaving like animals before the magic even began. The spell simply revealed what was already inside them. Odysseus, however, is different. He remains disciplined, focused, and determined to protect his crew. Because he controls his desires instead of being controlled by them, he succeeds where the others fail. Modern scholars have offered another fascinating interpretation. Some believe Circe never intended to test strength alone. Instead, she was testing character. Most strangers arrived on her island seeking pleasure, food, or conquest. Odysseus arrived for only one reason: to rescue his friends. That difference changes everything. His actions reveal leadership, loyalty, and courage. Qualities that even Circe comes to admire. Once she realizes who he truly is, she no longer sees him as another threat. She becomes one of his greatest allies. Her advice eventually helps him survive the underworld. The deadly sirens, Scylla, Charybdis, and many of the greatest dangers still waiting on his journey home. Without Circe's guidance, Odysseus would almost certainly never reach Ithaca. Ironically, the woman who first tried to stop him becomes one of the people most responsible for helping him succeed. That transformation is one of the reasons the Odyssey remains one of the greatest stories ever written. Enemies become allies, fear becomes understanding, and wisdom proves more powerful than violence. Christopher Nolan's upcoming adaptation of the Odyssey may place even greater emphasis on this relationship. Rather than presenting Circe as simply a villain, Nolan is expected to explore the emotional and psychological complexity between these two legendary characters. If his previous films are any indication, their meeting could become one of the most memorable moments in the entire movie. So why didn't Circe turn Odysseus into a pig? Because Hermes gave him the magical herb moly, protecting him from her enchantment. But that is only part of the answer. Odysseus also succeeded because of his intelligence, his courage, his willingness to trust divine guidance, and his determination to save his companions. Those qualities made him someone even the greatest witch in Greek mythology could not control. Sometimes, the strongest magic is not found in a spell, it is found in wisdom. What do you think? Was it the magical herb moly that truly saved Odysseus? Or was it his courage and intelligence that made the real difference? And how do you think Christopher Nolan will bring this legendary encounter between Circe and Odysseus to life? Share your theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this mythology breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more The Odyssey Explained videos, Greek mythology stories, Christopher Nolan updates, hidden details, and character breakdowns.